Salutations, everybody, and welcome to Cole TV's Royal Rumble Prediction Show. It's one of the biggest shows of the year, and we are super excited to give you our picks, our insight on what we think is going to happen at this year's Royal Rumble. I'm XLJ, the OG, joined by my partner in crime, my brother from another, Mr. B-Roll.
How we doing out there, world?
We're doing awesome, and we're getting ready to rumble, baby. How excited are you for your very first Royal Rumble, my friend?
My very first Royal Rumble. I am super excited. Ready for the surprises, ready for we're just ready. I'm just ready for it. Just ready for it.
It's gonna be awesome. I'm so excited for you, and you get to come into it in an era when you get not one but two Royal Rumble matches. Anything can happen.
Yep.
Like it's one of the craziest nights, man.
Can the heart handle it? Who knows?
I know. Well, hey, we are not alone. We've got a panel of experts join us here tonight for our Royal Rumble prediction show, but there's only one way we can truly bring all of these guests on. So, who drew number, I guess, 3 at this point, right?
Number,
you and I are 1 and 2, I guess.
1 and 2. Yeah. We're going at it, buddy.
Yeah.
I've probably already thrown you over the top rope and waiting for the...
We're like Demolition's Axe and Smash going at it. We're brothers, but hey, it's every man, woman, and child for themselves in the Royal Rumble. And Hornswoggle, too.
That's right. But without further ado, let's bring in number 3. Oh my
goodness.
Kid
Shamrock, the world's most dangerous man. It's bare knuckle shuffle. Oh! What is up? Dadhat, join
What's up?
us.
What's going on, guys?
Friendly neighborhood Dadhat.
Thanks for having me, guys. I'm excited. This is my favorite pay-per-view of the year, so I'm excited to be talking about it with you.
Absolutely.
That's right. You're making your Cole. Well, I guess the replay. I was gonna say he's making his Cole TV debut, but the replay of Learning the Ropes goes up, so technically he's already been on there.
But
he just didn't know it.
That's right. What you do now?
All right.
Who do we got coming in at number 4? We have Breigh with us from the WrestleTok Wolfpack. How are you tonight?
Doing good. Thank you guys for having me. Rumble's my favorite. So excited.
It's kind of like well, you said we were Demolition, and then now we got the Wolfpack in here. So are we working together to get the two of them out? How's this working?
I don't know. I guess we got.
Y'all are like Demolition. We're like the Heart Foundation. You know.
There you go. I like it. All right, Mr. B-Roll, who we got coming in at number 5? Oh my God! That's gotta be Kane.
It's Kane. It's gotta be Kane.
Well, he's throwing the most people over. Oh wait, not anymore. It's Roman or Braun.
It's the WrestleTok drip god himself.
I ran in.
Hambone.
Did you guys see that? I ran in. That wasn't the Bushwhackers.
But thankfully you didn't get thrown right out.
I didn't. Well, that's because I had the Kane mask, Kane never goes right out.
A lot of deception there. I like it.
Yeah. I feel like everybody's saying the same thing. Also my favorite pay-per-view of the year. I think it's everybody's favorite pay-per-view of the year.
It really is, because there's just so much excitement, so much fun that happens in this matchup. I mean, you don't know what you're going to get. I think that's my favorite part is you think you have an idea, but you just don't know until you get into the thing.
You playing that original music in the beginning too, man. Oh man, that made me so nostalgic for a Coliseum home video or something.
Yeah, all we needed was Vince McMahon yelling at us, all the competitors. Superfly Jimmy Snuka Hakud. Anywho, hey, we got one more entrant. Who is the 6th and final entrant? Join us here tonight, Mr. B-Roll.
We shall see.
Oh, it's very nice. Very evil. Oh, no, it's MJ.
Hey, everyone.
How are you this evening?
Good. How's everyone doing?
We are doing awesome because we are so excited and amped for the Royal Rumble. Like you heard everybody else, this is their favorite pay-per-view of the year. How about you? Is this one of your favorites?
I'm following suit. It's also my favorite.
Yeah, it is an awesome night. I mean, and just like we said before, I mean, the Royal Rumble, you just don't know what you're going to get. Like a lot of surprises. I mean, who's going to like? Just the anticipation is just killing us all. We are ready to get this because hey, it's kicking off the road to WrestleMania. So, but it's
You know
gonna be
what I wish you could experience, B-roll, since you're a new wrestling fan, you've never felt this. But man, as a kid watching the Royal Rumble, when you truly thought that anybody who came in could possibly win this thing, and you had no real idea, I wish you could experience that feeling at least once.
And you didn't have any idea about any of the surprises whatsoever. You weren't really reading the dirt sheets or anything like that. You were just actually genuinely surprised. Oh,
simpler times.
To have those again.
But hey, we got a pretty fun card here, I think. One thing I like about this card, I will say, I like that it's just 5 matches. Because, I mean, it gives each of the matches time. It's not like we're going to cram a bunch of stuff down your throat. And it's not like you're going to be up for like 6 or 7 hours or something. It seems like they've done here in the past couple years, counting the pre-show. So.
Well, 5 for now. We'll see if they add a cage match.
At the time we're recording this, they may very well add a match or so, but I'm okay with what it is now. I think 5 is a good solid. And if you think back in the history of the Royal Rumble, typically there was like 5 matches on the card, really. Counting the Rumble matchup. But that's the great thing about this day and age. Like I said, for you, Mr. B-Roll, is that you get not 1, but 2 Royal Rumble matches. So, giddy up.
There you go. And like me and XLJ were talking earlier today, and it was like we were saying, like, well, they can still tell stories and continue stories during the Rumble match itself too. So, but who knows?
And that's another cool aspect about it is how they do. Like, there is some stories you will see be told and stuff set up for WrestleMania matches.
I think that's why it's my favorite. I really like. I think because it really is. This is like okay, a TV show season. This is the start of the season. This is
it sets the tone.
Or sorry,
this
is This is. I mean, it's the start of the year, but I mean, it's more of like WrestleMania to me has always been like that culmination, and then after WrestleMania, okay, now here's your new season until. So we're getting into like that we're that final act of the like we're past the mid-season finale. Like we're in that there's 3 or 4 episodes left, so you're getting that tension building. That's what the Rumble is.
Yeah, it's almost like the Rumble is Avengers Infinity War and WrestleMania's Endgame. It's the way I look at it.
Okay.
There you go.
Somebody had brought up the thought that Rhea enters the men's Rumble and she's the one to like take out Ray out of the Rumble, and I'm like, oh, there's a story within it right there that I want to see now, and that can lead to him and Dom at WrestleMania or wherever that's going. So,
dude, that sounds amazing. Let's book it. Papa H, make it happen.
Right? I know he's watching. He's always watching.
He's always watching. Just like Santa Claus. All right, let's get right into running down the card here. And let's first talk about your WWE Universal Championship matchup. Roman Reigns defending against Kevin Owens. And we kind of learned an interesting statistic the other night when we were doing Learning the Ropes. This is actually going to be the 3rd encounter between these guys at a Royal Rumble pay-per-view. And yes, I'm still calling it pay-per-view. It's not a premium live event, damn it. But, I mean, the build-up...
go from PPV to PLE. It's just, it doesn't roll off the tongue.
No, it's PPV all the way, baby. But this matchup is to me, I'm pretty excited. I'm very intrigued by this matchup. Number one, these guys have amazing chemistry. I've always enjoyed when KO and Roman get in there. And I do feel like, even though we know Roman has been on just this dominant run, I feel like KO, to me, he presents a challenge that, like, I could see it happening. I mean, I could see him dethroning the Tribal Chief. And my gosh, we got to talk about the Sami Zayn element of this matchup. Holy shit, that has been like by far my favorite storyline in the WWE probably in the past couple of years is the whole Sami Zayn bloodline thing. And what we saw this past Monday on Raw with the whole trial of Sami Zayn, and he's still in there, but Roman says, "No, I don't want to see you till Saturday at the Rumble." Makes you wonder what is Sammy's role going to be in this matchup. What do you think, B-Roll?
Yeah, I mean, who knows? And so one, I feel like determining factor is, so where's this on the card as well?
That's good. That's a good point.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, typically, like the men's Royal Rumble will main event. Am I thinking correctly?
Well, sometimes I think
Yeah.
that's a safe bet this year. I got a bold prediction. This is something they've never done in the Royal Rumble's history. I feel like they're going to kick it off with the Royal Rumble. I think it'll start with the women's. I honestly think that could be your first matchup. But if it's not, I could easily see this being the opener. Because
Yeah.
I mean, my gosh, what hell of a way to open the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so if this opens at,
Talk about setting the pace. And
yeah,
then, too, with like whatever happens with Sammy. Because, I mean, I don't think, okay, so has technically Sammy actually been officially announced for the Rumble? I mean, I think we
No.
all know he's going to be in it, but.
No, I don't think officially.
I don't
No,
think he
yeah.
has officially.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this match goes down. What do you think, Dadhat? Like, are you pumped for this one?
I love Kevin Owens. I have been Kevin Owens fan since I first saw him, and then going back and seeing more of him. Like I was kind of finding Kevin Owens as he was making his NXT debut, and then grew to find more of him from the Indies and Ring of Honor and things like that. And I just have always, even when he was a heel, I'm a Kevin Owens fan, and the chemistry here is amazing. And I agree with what you said. Kevin Owens poses a real threat. When you look back at this reign for Roman Reigns, the one person that in the entire time he's been challenged that I thought that he was going to actually lose the title was the Royal Rumble a couple years ago to Kevin Owens, where it was the last man standing match, and Roman was handcuffed down and they couldn't get the key and everything. Like that's when I literally thought then, okay, maybe they're going to take it off of him now. We aren't going to have this reign that everybody keeps talking about that we're going to have with Roman. But it poses a threat for Sammy. For Sammy, I think, and this will kind of go into what my prediction is going to be, is Roman talked about with the trial of Sammy. I don't want to see you till Saturday. Then you're going to face your final test. I think Sammy is going to cost Kevin the belt. And then after that is when we finally get the turn, and Sammy is out of the bloodline, and then Sammy's in the Rumble.
I can see that happen. What about you, Breigh? What do you think about this matchup?
This matchup could go so many different ways because, like you guys said, Kevin's the one person that poses like a real threat to Roman. So I could see Sammy definitely interfering at some point, but whether he interferes to help Roman or if he has a change of heart to help Kevin, I'm still kind of torn in the middle how I want it to go. And I think however it goes, this match goes, is going to set up the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a really good point.
He will enter the Rumble, maybe, or Roman might tell him, okay, now that you cost me this, you have to go in the Rumble and win the Rumble.
Oh,
some form like that.
That would be an interesting concept.
Yeah, it really would, and it's just so interesting because it's like we have these two competitors, but really, it's what is Sammy going to do?
He's the unknown. He's the big
unknown
asterisk.
element. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Hambone? What do you think on this Universal title match?
So I am also a huge Kevin Owens fan. As a fat guy, I tend to be a fan of all fat guys in wrestling. And I mean, Kevin he's just so damn good. I mean, at everything. And I agree, like everybody said, he is one of the few guys who poses a real threat to Roman. I think especially in the way that he has been presented since Triple H took over.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that there's a very good chance that this match opens. I think that Sammy does get involved, but I think that Roman walks out as the champion. I think that this is Sammy's final test. He will screw over Kevin, and Roman will officially welcome him into the bloodline. I think that the Sammy storyline is with the bloodline is coming to an end soon, but I don't think it's at the Rumble. I think Sammy helps Roman beat Kevin, and I think that Roman turns on Sammy at Elimination Chamber in Canada, in Sammy's home country, will have the most effect. And the other reason I don't think that Roman loses here is I just don't think that this monster run that Roman has been on for 2+ years at this point ends anywhere but the biggest place that it could end and have the biggest impact, and that's at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's a really good. It's a really good point. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, MJ, what do you think about this matchup?
So I'm kind of on the same note as Breigh there, how she said don't really know what side Sammy's going to kind of interfere on. So that's kind of where I'm at. Last night when we were watching like Raw 30th, I was instantly like siding with everything Paul Heyman was saying. So I've had like this whole conspiracy theory the whole time. So everything Paul Heyman was saying, I was like, that's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying. So I have this whole theory that Sami Zayn, the master strategist, has been planning this whole thing with Kevin Owens the entire time. And I feel like he's just biding his time. Like what Hambone said, though, I don't know that it would end at Royal Rumble. And I feel like it's so hot right now. I feel like knowing WWE, they're just going to want to write it out a little bit more and see what they can kind of get out of it. But I'm really excited for whatever happens, honestly. I can't wait.
And, you know, normally, like, I would have agreed with that. And the only reason that I don't agree with it now is because I don't think WWE or us really as fans expected Sammy to get as popular off of this as he did, which is why I think that it's going to go the other way, because I think it's going to have way more effect on Sammy being a huge babyface if he's the one who gets turned on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like this Sammy run, this is so reminiscent. We've seen this a couple
Daniel
times.
Bryan.
Daniel Bryan,
Yep.
and also Kofi Mania in a way
Yep.
too.
Yep.
Just where you weren't really expecting them to be in the main event picture, and
he's
here we
the
are.
underdog.
Mm-hmm.
He's having that underdog story, and it needs to culminate in him being the champion somehow, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah, I would definitely agree, because instantly last night when they on Raw, when they, you know, they like just instantly start chanting his name, and you're just like, where's this happened before in the past?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But so if you're holding me down and making me pick,
which we are,
yes,
I'm saying Roman retains.
Yeah, I agree. Roman retains. What about you guys?
Yep, that's what I say too. Yeah, Roman.
Yeah, Roman.
So I think it's overall consensus. Your tribal chief is walking out of the Alamo Dome. Still universal. Well, to each his own.
I still think it will be it's going to be close though. Like I think he's just going to retain.
Yeah, just barely squeaked by. All right, that's not the only title match we've got at the Royal Rumble. How about the Raw Women's Championship with Bianca Belair defending against Alexa Bliss? And this story's really been going on for the past month or so on Monday Night Raw. But I mean, the biggest thing here is like, what Alexa Bliss are we getting at the Royal Rumble? Like, are we getting Little Miss Bliss, or are we going to get like, you know, the Bride of Chucky or whatever the hell you want to call her, like, you know, Uncle Howdy in her corner, Alexa Bliss? But this has been I've enjoyed this story so far, especially seeing the elements of Bray Wyatt and like Uncle Howdy involved in this match. What do you think, B-Roll?
What if this ends in a no contest due to Uncle Howdy?
It could happen. I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, crazier things have happened,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's segues into the other match we're going to talk about here momentarily. Maybe, I don't know. I guess let's start off here first. Do y'all think we're getting just straight up Alexa Bliss, or do you think she's gonna turn halfway during the match into the crazy chaotic Alexa Bliss, or what do you think we're getting?
I could see halfway through some lighting effects. I just, it's something that, I mean, coming from the theater world, a slight, distraction one way to draw your eye this way. And, next thing you know, she's got blood running down her eyes or something that shift from Little Miss Bliss to, playground Alexa. But I see it kind of midway through with Uncle Howdy kind of popping up midway.
And she wasn't on Raw last night. Am I correct?
No, she was. She did a promo. It was backstage.
Segment.
I must have missed it.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to get 98 Warrior Hogan mirror thing again.
Yeah. Oh God, that would have been lovely. But no, she was on there, but very briefly. But
so I'd when it comes to what is Alexa doing, I'd have to my pick for this is Bianca retains. And the reason that, I mean, there are a couple reasons that I say it, but one of the reasons is I think that, Alexa, obviously we're all what is happening here? Is she turning? Is she turning bad again? What's happening? I think her loss to Bianca here is what's going to force whatever this turn and change of character is.
I agree. Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with that. And I have to go with, I do think Bianca retains here too.
And one of the other reasons I think Bianca retains too is, again, kind of like Roman. She's been on a very long reign here. And I think she is the one who goes into WrestleMania as the champion and ultimately loses it there to my Royal Rumble pick. And I just don't think that would have as big of an impact with Alexa being champion for a few months. So
yeah, only reason I could see them doing Bianca losing it is for shock value, but I think they have too much time invested in her run. I just can't see her losing this.
Yeah.
What do you think, Breigh, on this matchup?
Yeah, I think Bianca is definitely going to retain, but like you said, Dadhat, I think Alexa's going to be she'll turn midway. And maybe the butterfly symbol come up on the screen and here and there little bits and pieces, and then Uncle Howdy's going to come out at the end. I think after the match, I definitely think he's going to make an appearance.
Exactly. He's definitely going to make an appearance in some capacity in this matchup. There's no doubt about that. What about you, MJ? What are your thoughts on this matchup?
Just kidding. I was muted.
Oh,
I kind of feel
speechless.
Just messing with you. I kind of have the opposite take. I feel like this is going to be the catalyst that kind of pushes Alexa to that dark side. And then I think it's going to really fuel a really awesome storyline between her and Bianca to kind of win the belt back at WrestleMania.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So, all right. So I'm going Bianca. B-roll, who do you got?
I'm trying to decide between listening to my heart and what I think is going to happen.
Same man.
Listen
Alexa's
to
in a
your
match.
heart.
It's hard to me to bet against Alexa because I love her so much.
I'm going Alexa.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
There you go. Dadhat, who you got?
I'm gonna go. I don't want to bet against her, but I'm gonna go Bianca because I think we're gonna get a match that a lot of fans want for Mania with Bianca. So I'm gonna go Bianca for retaining.
Okay. And then Breigh, who do you got?
I'm going with Bianca retaining.
Okay. And I know Hambone, you said Bianca as well.
Yep.
And then MJ, are you going with Alexa, you said?
I'm sticking with Alexa, yeah. Okay.
Wow, I like it. It's a split. So yeah, this should be interesting just to see how this goes down. But this probably won't be the only appearance of Uncle Howdy, as we're going to talk about our next match here. Talk to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pitch black match with Bray Wyatt and L.A. Knight.
Can I tell you something really cool?
Yes.
So Saturday.
No, I don't like to hear about cool things.
Okay, well, it's still funny. I taught my 4-year-old to say, "Let me talk to you." Yeah. So like we're eating breakfast at a restaurant and we have a waitress that we know pretty well, and she walks up, she's like, "Hey buddy," he's like, "Let me talk to you." Yeah.
That's adorable. I would pay money to see that.
I tried to get him to like let me record him do it, and wouldn't let me.
That's hilarious. And as you can see,
you're raising them right.
yeah, you are, brother.
Yeah.
As you can see, Mr. B-roll there enjoying a nice, refreshing Mountain Dew pitch black. So, gonna put you on a spot. How is it?
It's pretty good. Pretty good. I have no complaints about it. Like to me, it tastes like if you mix Code Red mixed with Baja Blast. That's what it tastes like.
Oh.
Ball
Oh, boy. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not as you know me, I'm not a fan of all the different variants of Mountain Dew, but I would probably give it a whirl. I would give her a try. Just to say I had some.
I'm
But
trying to find it for the Rumble.
yeah, you got to have it for the Rumble. But I feel like going into this one, I'm excited for number one. I'm excited for LA Knight being put in like a big time matchup. That guy is freaking money. I loved him as Eli Drake. Love seeing him. Like I was so worried there for a little while, when they had him as the manager and as the models, and I was just like, oh shit. But
I am so disappointed that he's like just now getting a break at 40.
Yeah.
Like
Wow,
we only got a couple years of him like really getting the spotlight on him. You know what I mean? Like it's sad.
But he's seasoned, so I mean he's coming in hot and ready for that position because he's done it for so long.
Yeah.
Right.
Like he's good. Like you can throw him. Like right now, you could. I mean, everybody's talking about Raw last night and the passing of the torch with Breigh and Taker in that moment. You also have to remember, Taker gave LA Knight the rub in that segment too.
Yeah.
Like it was not just about a moment between him and Breigh. Like Taker had to agree to be in a segment with LA Knight. So we clearly see something in LA Knight too.
Yeah, I totally agree there. And then, hey, the fact of the matter is, this is Bray Wyatt's first match since what WrestleMania 37, I think. Which is, it just seems like it was forever ago. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering, like, okay, is there going to be ring rust? But then again, therein lies the question. All right, how much of this is going to be a theatrical match? Is it going to be the entire match theatrical? Is it going to be elements of it theatrical? Like, I know B-roll, you have a pretty good take on this.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the majority of the match is going to be theatrical. I'm expecting kind of what we saw at Extreme Rules, where the characters were alive. I'm expecting them to like kind of just pop out and scare the crap out of LA Knight, and then I think in the end, I think it will lead to the ring. But honestly, almost the only thing I'm expecting in the ring is it's him, it's Breigh, Sister Abigail. Match is over.
So do you even think we get like a clean, like a 1-2-3 finish, or just like they just end the match?
Yeah, like I'm saying, Sister Abigail cover
1-2-3. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I do think, I think you hit the nail on the head. I think it's going to be a combination of both, but I do think there will be a lot more theatrical elements to this. I think it's going to be kind of reminiscent of, like, if you look back in the annals of wrestling history, like the Boiler Room Brawl, the first one from the SummerSlam '96, where the most of that match was filmed, and then they came out for the finish and fought in the crowd. I think it's going to be like a similar concept like that. What do you think Dad had on this one?
Yeah, I mean, everything both of you are saying is exactly what I've been thinking. It's weird when you have like a new type of match. You want some type of, explanation going into it. And I mean, even the announcers are like, we don't know what the rules of this are going to be. So, I mean, I'm hoping that it's going to be partly cinematic. I'm with B-roll. I would like to see those life size, puppets involved somehow, even if it's just kind of scaring LA Knight. But like, it's one of those things where like, as much as I love LA Knight and I want LA Knight, skyrocketed and everything, Breigh's not gonna lose his first match back. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. What about you, Breigh? What do you think on this one?
I don't know what to expect with it. I just, for me, right away, I didn't like the fact that they named it the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match. It reminds me of the zombie match between The Miz and Damian Priest.
Oh,
It
God, I
takes
forgot
me
about
back
that.
to that, and I'm just like, the only thing that'll make it better is if it's just a normal match and the life-size characters pop up.
Can I just say this on this matchup? I pray to God it's not a blindfold match, because blindfold matches are some of the worst outside of maybe a scaffold match in wrestling, I think. Oh, Lord. God help us if it's that. What about you, Hambone? What do you think on this one?
I agree with you guys for the most part. I think it'll be, mostly cinematic with a little bit, the ending in the ring. I think it'll be very reminiscent of, Goldust and Piper. And much like Goldust and Piper, I don't think that there's actually going to be like a 1-2-3 win. I think it's going to be more of a symbolic, in the ring, Breigh standing over LA Knight and the match is over. Because we have no idea what this match is. Just like we didn't know what, a backlot brawl was going to be. We don't know if there's actually going to be a referee or anything like that. And I think that is also a good way for LA Knight to lose, but not lose.
Yeah.
So,
I think
it's a bottle of Mountain Dew on a pole that you have to win. You have to
go. There you go, man. You got to do like a suicide of all the different variations of Mountain Dew. So. All right, MJ, talk to me. Yeah.
So with this one, it's got to be a Breigh win. First of all, I'm hoping that we see him come out as the Fiend personally.
Yeah.
During it,
I think we'll see it. It may not be him, but I think we will see.
Yeah.
The fact that we've seen the Firefly Funhouse come back, and we've seen that transfer, that QR code where it's, he shifted and shifted back. Like, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, very, very exciting. I hope we see it. And other than that, it sounds weird, but I'm trying not to think too much about this match because I don't want to get my expectations too high. And I don't know. I want to be blown away, or I want to just kind of meet expectations. I don't want to think too much about it.
I think it's going to be a spectacle nonetheless. But the one thing, like the backlash from it, I really hope you don't see, but you probably are going to see the IWC just tear it to shreds, just because, like, it wasn't Notch versus Dez. It's like, what do you fucking expect?
Especially if there isn't a referee with a 1-2-3 win. I think it'll really get torn apart, because most people are just going to continue to say what they've already been saying, which is, why isn't he wrestling? And it's taking too long and blah, blah, blah. So if there isn't a 1-2-3, I think we're going to get a lot of negative feedback about it. But
yeah, I'll tell you, I think the one thing we can bet on with this match is that it's going to be, whatever the scene is, it's going to be dark. It's going to be black, if so to say. It's going to be pitch black, to say, if you will.
So I think overall consensus, we're going with Bray Wyatt on this one as the winner.
Yeah,
I agree.
Even if it's just symbolic, I still say Breigh.
Yeah, I think however it is, Bray Wyatt's going to be the last person standing in this. Let's put it that way. So, all right, let's get into it. The creme de la creme, the Royal Rumble matches. And I did not realize that Applebee's is presenting these. That's awesome, because eating good in the neighborhood, baby.
The Applebee's Rumble match. That's what it's called.
The winner gets a shot at the championship at the WrestleMania and some chicken fingers. There you go. All right, let's start it off first here with the Women's Royal Rumble matchup. And I feel like this year, going into it, I don't feel like there's like really like a clear like person here like, yeah, they're totally going to win. I mean, I think there's a person we kind of think's going to win, but you truly don't know. And if you watched Learning the Ropes with us the other night, cheap plug there, our good friend Michael Wayne brought up a good point about this matchup and like what the Royal Rumble used to be. The Royal Rumble, it used to be, it would make wrestlers, it take them to that next plateau. Whereas it seems like here in the past many years, the winner of the Royal Rumble is already a very well established star. So I think in this one, it would be cool as hell if they just pull the trigger on somebody like, say, a Raquel Rodriguez or say like a finally push Shayna Baszler or something like that. I don't think it'll happen, but man, it'd be a cool sight to see. But how excited are you all for the Women's Royal Rumble this year? Very.
Woo!
Yay.
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yay!
Yeah.
I'm excited
Yay.
that they haven't announced
As
a
many.
ton.
Yeah.
But also, what bothers me about the Women's Royal Rumble so much is because with the women's roster and everything, they really for this match, they really have to pull from the well and bring back part-timers, legends,
A lot of
you know,
NXT call-ups.
yeah, things like that and everything. So I don't know. It's one of those like I kind of agree the opposite of you, XLJ. Like to me, even just thinking about the legends that can come back, the NXT call ups and everything, I can think of only like maybe 3 or 4 that I'm gonna like. Okay, this person can or this woman can main event WrestleMania for one of the women's championships. Like there's only to me like 3 or 4, maybe 5 total people.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's and I feel like I don't know. I feel like they have an opportunity here to like give somebody a huge push, but I also kind of feel like
Oh, and I think they
man,
will. I mean, it's in San Antonio. I think that Raquel will be they will let her dominate in this match. She's in her hometown. Papa H does not seem to do like Vince did, where oh, you're at hometown, we're gonna embarrass the shit out of you. Like he's gonna let her kind of dominate and like have those like let's have her set a record for most eliminations in a women's rumble. Let her have a big spot and everything. So I can see her getting that kind of like that shine that you're talking about, but I don't think she's gonna win.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, as we all know with the Royal Rumble matchup, one of our most favorite aspects of it, especially over the past several years, has been the surprise element. So I want to go around to each of you, and I want to get your thoughts on who do you think will be the biggest surprise entrant in this Royal Rumble matchup. And I'll start off because I kind of got one that I think is a little far-fetched, maybe, but maybe not. But I'm going back to last year and thinking about that Forbidden Door. How about we get Jordan Grace making an appearance in the Royal Rumble? That I would mark the fuck out if she comes out. It probably won't happen, but the inner fanboy in me is like, yes, let's see Jordan Grace. What about you, B-Roll? Who do you think could be a big surprise?
You know mine.
Oh, go ahead and say it. Not gonna happen, but go ahead.
Mandy Rose.
Oh, I thought you were thinking. Okay, that's it. Boy, that would be pretty crazy. Crazier things have happened though. I wouldn't be shocked if she showed up, but man, the pop she would get, holy shit. What about you, Dadhat?
As much as I agree, like Mandy Rose, that would be awesome. But for me, Chelsea Green.
Oh
yes.
Yes.
Chelsea Green. I want Chelsea Green. And I want that Chelsea Green split personality, like the half her outfit's the bride, the hot mess. I want that Chelsea Green.
Okay. All right. What about you, Breigh? Who do you think is going to be a big surprise entrant in this matchup?
I'm going to go with... I mean, I think Chelsea Green too, but I would really like to see Mickey back into it again if she brought her belt with her.
Yeah.
Or if they really wanted to go crazy, Kairi Sane. That's who I would really like to see if they wanted to go Forbidden Door.
I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah, I like it. Hambone, who you got?
I also think that Mandy Rose is a very good possibility. But there are 3 women that I would love to see make their returns / debuts, who are all in smaller companies, and I don't really know what their contract status is, or if they could get out. But I'd love to see Deonna Purrazzo return. I'd love to see Taya come back and get a real run.
Yeah.
And I would love to see the debut of Camille from NWA.
Oh,
Mm.
that would be good. I could, hell yeah, I would love to see Camille. Like,
Yeah.
just come in and dominate. Good
Yeah.
God, could you imagine a matchup between Camille and Mommy? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Mm.
Camille she is so good. She is a star, and I don't know why she's not on a bigger platform because she really deserves to be.
Yeah. All right, MJ, who you got as a big surprise in this matchup?
I'm also hoping for Chelsea Green, but every year, like a masochist, I secretly hope that we're going to see AJ Lee. So
Yes.
every year, I always hope she's cleared. Love to see her.
Well, let me throw this out there. Assuming this match isn't main event, which I don't think it will be, if you see AJ Lee, is that a precursor of somebody else being a surprise in the men's Royal Rumble? If you know what I'm saying.
And see, that's the curse for Chelsea too.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you never know. So, all right, now I want to get your opinions on who do you think will be entrant number 1, and who you think is going to be number 2. I think you're going to start it off with the babyface. Let's throw Candice LeRae in there, right? And then number 2, I think will be another kind of surprise, but not a surprise, I guess you could say. What if it's Ronda Rousey at 2? That's somebody nobody's talked about. I feel like she's going to be in this one.
Mm-hmm.
That's who I'm going to pick as 1 and 2. What you, B-roll?
I could see starting off with Raquel, and her kind of just dominating for a while. Liv, I could also see Liv. Liv said she wanted to be number 1.
Yeah.
Um,
There you go.
I could see that. So I'll go between those two in some
Fair enough.
fashion.
What about you, Dadhat? Who you got in 1 and 2?
I'm gonna say Shayna and Raquel starting it off and just having like a hard hitting, first little bit before we start getting some more people in the ring. But just those two starting off, setting a good pace.
Okay. What about you, Bree? Who you got 1 and 2?
I definitely think Liv is probably going to come in at number 1. And I think number 2 is going to be, I'm going to say butcher her name, Minchin. I think she's going to be number 2.
Oh,
Mia Yim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good. I like that. That'd be a good 1, too.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Hambone? Who you got 1, 2 in this one?
I definitely think Liv is going to be number 1. I also think I don't believe that Liv is going to win it, but I think she is going to be the longest tenured member of it. Really give her that baby face rub with it. And I think number 2 more than likely will be Shayna, kind of throwback to Liv and Ronda, because I don't think they're going to throw Ronda out there for a very long time in it. So I'm going with Liv and Shayna.
All right, MJ, who do you got at 1 and 2 in this one?
I was going to say the same thing as Hambone.
Okay, nice. You mentioned endurance there, Hambone, thinking that Liv would be in this the longest. Let's talk about that ever beloved endurance award. Who do y'all got? Who do you think is going to go the longest? Who's going to go the distance in this matchup? For me, I'm going to go. We talked about before. It's her hometown. I'm going to go with Raquel Rodriguez. I think she will be in this matchup the longest. What about you, B-roll?
Yeah. I'm also wondering if Becky Lynch is going to be in this, though. That's what's hesitating me. But then again, if she is, I think that means that Bayley and maybe possibly Rest of Damage Control are in as well. I'm going to go with Liv, though. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. Dadhat, what about you?
I'm gonna go Candice LeRae, just because we haven't really seen that much of her with her return, she's one of Triple H's, like one of his, like Papa H
One of
for
his
her for
kids.
sure. Like I could definitely see him giving her like a light shined on her for this match. But I mean, at the same time, I could also see it being somebody like a Roxanne Perez.
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about
Mhm.
her. She could possibly be an entrant in this. That would make sense. I could see it. All right, Bree, who do you got?
I think Liv is probably going to be in the longest, but I think Raquel might be a second, might be in there the second longest.
Okay.
Live in there the longest, Raquel, most eliminations.
Yes,
How about
that's
that?
Yes.
that's what I was
There you
going
go.
with.
Yeah.
Living La Vida Loca, baby.
I knew somebody was going to go there.
Leave it
MJ,
to the dad.
there you go. Got to have that dad joke in there, brother.
They're paying me
MJ,
for it.
yeah, that's right, bro. MJ, who do you think's going to be in there the longest?
I think that Raquel's going to be in there the longest, and then I think Mommy is going to be like Kane or Big Show, just be knocking people out left and right.
Okay, fair enough. And B-roll, you brought up a good point as far as most eliminations. I think you're right. I totally agree. I'm going with Raquel as well on that for most eliminations. What about you, Dadhat? Who do you think would have the most eliminations in this one?
Same. I think Raquel.
What about you, Bree? Do you think? Well, you said you think Raquel too.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
she'll have the most eliminations
Okay, fair enough.
between her or Rhea.
Okay, Hambone, who do you think will have most eliminations?
I think Raquel might be one of the last 4, but I don't think that they're going to make her go the longest or get the most eliminations. I think they'll give most eliminations to Ronda Rousey.
There you go.
Really?
Mm.
I could see that.
See, I'm not even saying Ronda's going to be in the match.
No.
I'm not saying break the record, whatever the record is. I really don't know when it comes to the women what the record is, but I do think that she'll have the most in this one.
Okay. And then MJ, who do you think will have the most eliminations?
Yeah, I'm still going to say Mommy. I think she's just going to beast it.
I could totally see that. All right. Let's talk about it. Okay, you mentioned the Final Four. That's always important. I want to know who your Final Four is, and I want to know who your winner is. But before that, there is one thing I would like to express that I think you will see happen, and I think you'll see it happen early on. I think Bailey and Becky and Damage Control are all going to go at it. Becky's going to get her revenge against them. I don't know if she's going to toss all 3 of them out, whatever. She's going to be in the match, yada, yada. And there's going to be a moment where Becky unexpectedly maybe after she tosses Bailey out, she unexpectedly gets tossed out by Ronda Rousey. And I think it sets them up for finally having that one-on-one matchup at Mania. Maybe it's wishful thinking, but damn it, I want to see Ronda and Becky one-on-one. It's long overdue. But B-roll, I want to know, who do you got as your Final Four? Who's the winner?
Okay, I'll go Final Four. I'm going to go Liv, Rhea, Zelina Vega.
Oh.
This is where it gets tricky. I'll go with Raquel.
Okay.
And
who's-
Mommy winning it.
Mommy winning it. I like it. All right, Dadhat, who you got Final Four and your winner?
Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Chelsea Green, Mandy Rose.
Okay.
Rhea wins.
Okay. Nice. All right, Bree, who do you got?
I'm going to say Liv. Final Four is Liv, Rhea. Oh, God. Becky Lynch and Bailey.
Okay.
And then Mommy's winning.
Mommy. Yes. I like it. Hambone, what you got, buddy?
Final 4 will be Liv, Raquel, Rhea, and more than likely, I would say Chelsea Green. The fourth one is going to be a debut or re-debut or whatever, because it always is.
Yeah.
A debut or a return always ends up being one of the last ones, it seems. I think Chelsea Green is probably the most likely one that we're going to see, so I'll throw her in there. And Mommy wins. It's her year. She's gotten real over in the past 6 months. She didn't even have to wrestle much to do it. And I think she's the one who takes the belt off of Bianca. And she has a real title run finally, because her first one was not great.
And she's
For
been
no fault of
close.
her own.
And she's been close in the Rumble in the past couple of years.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, totally agree. MJ, who do you got in this one?
I'm going Rhea, Bailey, Chelsea, and Raquel. And Raquel's going to win it.
Oh, going for the babyface shine. I like it. So for my final four, I'm going to say it's going to be Ronda, Shayna Baszler, Rhea, and Raquel. And I think Raquel is going to pull I could see Raquel pulling the miracle of eliminating Ronda, eliminating Shayna, and finally coming so close, but Rhea coming from behind. And I think it's unanimous to everybody. Mommy's winning the Royal Rumble. I mean, it's her year. You guys are right. This is her year. And I agree, Hambone. I think she goes to Mania against Bianca, and it'll be a hell of a matchup.
yeah.
And Bianca, and she'll dethrone Bianca for the title.
Mm-hmm.
And they teased it months ago.
Yeah,
they did.
backstage with that look.
Yeah.
And then it hasn't been touched since.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
And
yeah,
that's it's why I probably shouldn't have listened to my heart on that one pick, but
Listen to my heart.
Yeah, I mean that was my thinking too, B-roll, is the whole time I'm thinking, well, I really do think that Rhea wins. So does Rhea and Alexa really make sense?
no.
I don't really feel like it does,
But
I feel
You
like
know.
I'm secretly holding out hope that Rhea is going to take the IC belt from Gunther. So for me, that's kind of
Oh,
No. Gunther, aka Walter, because I hate Gunther. He will be called Walter forever. Will hold that damn IC title until he wins his world title.
Oh, see, I'm not a fan.
oh,
Oh, mm.
I see
I
how
love
it is.
Gunther. I agree with you, Dadhat. He's the perfect person to hold that title.
And make it legitimate again.
Yeah, but I do believe, like I said earlier, I do think we get Mommy in the men's rumble too.
Yep. That
I
would be
would've-
cool.
She's gonna
wouldn't-
win and then come back again. And
Yeah.
She could.
God. What if?
Yep.
Yeah, what if she is the first person ever to win both Royal Rumbles? That would be
Oh.
fucking nuts.
And then she takes down Roman.
Yes. Yes.
And then so she's gonna have. Then somehow they'll figure out a way. She will hold both women's titles and both men's at once.
She'd be the perfect
Yeah.
person to do it.
Yeah. If anybody could do it, man, I could see
And-
her doing it.
and Dom just beside her, beside her the
Yeah.
whole time.
carrying them all like they're so heavy. They're just so heavy.
Here you go, mommy. All right, let's get into it. The men's Royal Rumble matchup. Ooh, shucky ducky, quack quack, like Booker T says. I am ready for this freaking matchup. I think there's going to be a ton of stories told. Holy shit! I haven't been this excited for a Rumble match, and I hope I'm not overhyping it in my head. But I'm just really pumped. I feel like after last year, and like with Papa H running things, you're gonna see so many great stories told in this matchup.
Mhm.
So much stuff set up for Mania, and some surprises. And I want to get right into that with the surprises. And I think this men's Royal Rumble has a potential to have a ton of surprises. For me, I'm going to go, this is probably a long shot, but I'm going to go with it anyway. I'm going to go back to that Forbidden Door. I feel like New Japan has to return the favor for Carl Anderson working Wrestle Kingdom. Therefore, I wouldn't be shocked if we're breathing with the Switchblade, baby, in San Antonio. Jay White's my surprise pick as an entrant in the Royal Rumble. What about you,
Yeah.
B-Roll?
Yeah, no, I mean, I actually completely agree with you. I think, yeah, that it's a surprise that I want to see, and I'm really hoping it happens. I think that would be an awesome one. Maybe even possibly Andrade. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, Andrade? Ooh, I don't. Wow, I didn't even think about that. Isn't he still contracted at AEW, or is that up?
Who knows? I don't know.
Anything can happen. It's the Royal Rumble, baby. What about you, Dadhat? Who you think's gonna be the biggest surprise in the men's match?
I don't know about biggest, but I have a few that I want to see.
Okay.
Pat McAfee,
Oh, yes.
Corey Graves,
Oh, that'd be badass.
Yeah.
Wade Barrett. So all three of the commentators
Okay.
right there.
And Michael
Michael
Cole gets in
Cole.
it too, right?
Well, no. So see, I have this weird thing in my this weird match stipulation in my brain that I want to see for Mania. I want a triple threat of those three with Michael Cole as special guest referee, and he has to choose between who he wants for his commentator. Like the winner gets to be his commentator at the desk. But I mean, my number one surprise that I want is, and this is how I want it to happen. I want it to be Matt Cardona. I want it to be Matt Cardona's music, not Zack Ryder's, but I want him in the middle of the ring to be woo, woo, and on that third one, he flips off the crowd.
That'd be awesome.
Oh,
That's what I
yeah.
want.
Dude, that's some good shit right there. I'm all in.
That's
on
good
that.
shit, pal.
Yeah, it is.
Hire me, WWE. Let me write for you.
Yes, do it. Listen, Papa H. All right, Bree, who do you got? Who's your biggest surprise in the men's rumble?
I want to see the Switchblade so badly. Switchblade, I would like to see Will Ospreay in there
yeah.
too, but I think Jay is more likely of the two if that were to happen.
Yeah. All right, Hambone, who's your big surprise for the men's match?
I also would love to see Jay. I love Jay White. Also, I don't really know if it'd have to be a favor because isn't his contract up? Pretty sure his contract's up very soon. So
yeah.
I think the most likely ones are Matt Cardona and Nick Aldis.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't forget about Nick. Yeah, I'll take
And
Nick.
I'm gonna throw out a real dark horse one here, one that I would love to see. I don't really know how the crowd would react if they would. I mean, maybe they would since it's a smart town and all that. But I did read earlier today that Tetsuya Naito is a free agent.
Oh shit!
Oh my God! I would mark the fuck out.
Naito is my guy in New Japan. He is my favorite New Japan wrestler. He is not contracted to them anymore. So, yeah, I'd mark out if he showed up.
Yeah. And I mean, even though Naito is wrestling Keiji Muta in his last match, we found out, but that's not a New Japan contracted show. I mean, there's New Japan guys working on it. So,
yep.
You never know. Dude, I would love to see some Naito. Oh my God. What about you, MJ?
Okay, so I have three. Like Dadhat said, Corey Graves, I would lose it. I would be so stoked. I was a huge fan of his in NXT. I was so sad that was cut short for him. Booker T is number 2. He posted on Twitter. He's like, tag me in. I'm ready. Like he's been working out a lot. So I'd love to see him in it. And then also I'd love to see Matt Cardona first come in as Zack Ryder because he had talked in an interview with Chris Van Vliet. He's like, I don't want to play Zack Ryder. And then he was like, you know what? I would do it like one time. And then that clicked in my brain. Like he's going to come in the Rumble as Zack Ryder, throw him out pretty quick. And then he's going to be like, that's it. Like, I'm done. Like, and that's going to be like him sending off that character. And then he's going to come back later as Matt Cardona.
Oh, double duty or something like in the Rumble or just in general?
Reaction, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Well, hey, he did recently like trademark Zack Ryder the name, so
he did.
You never know.
Somebody brought up the thought of what if he trademarked Zack Ryder just so when he comes back to WWE, they legally cannot call him that because he owns it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's smart right there.
Yeah, he's playing chess while most people are playing chess.
Yeah.
That's a pretty smart damn move, man.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I have something that I think would be an awesome Rumble moment for the Rumble that would be a surprise is ring full of people. Ring full of people. Countdown 3, 2, 1. Glass breaks. Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out, takes out a bunch of mid-carders, just chucking them over the ring and everything. Then he will get eliminated by someone giving them the rub. You know, he will give back. But just to have that moment of countdown and then glass breaks, that crowd, that Texas crowd would blow the roof off.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, they've been talking about him wrestling at WrestleMania 39. What a better way to set up a match with whoever it is that he's going to face than to have that person throw him out of the ring.
Yeah.
How about this one?
It's going to probably be something stupid like Baron fucking Corbin.
I got one for you. What is setting up a matchup here? What if it's fucking Austin Theory that tossed him out?
Austin versus Austin at WrestleMania.
Austin versus Austin.
Only if we get JR back. It's like, it's Austin. Austin's got Austin. Only if we get.
Yeah. And then
if we're talking veterans,
there you go.
Whole freaking show.
There you go.
We love you some RVD.
Yes, I
love
do.
you some RVD.
Now
all right,
him to be in the Rumble.
I got one more I want to put past you guys as far as a surprise. And this one goes out to you, Breigh. What are you going to do if Von Wagner shows up in the Rumble?
Oh, man, we just had to bring that up.
I had to go there.
I honestly would shut my TV off and go to sleep.
God.
I would not watch it.
What if he's the final four?
Oh, my God.
What, honestly, like, what do they see in that guy?
I don't know.
Insurance. They see insurance.
He doesn't even have merch. He's too generic for merch.
He is pretty white bread. There's no doubt about it.
But,
hey, one more. On a serious note, one more. You guys mentioned Austin. The rumor heavily going around that he is going to be involved in Mania this year. You've heard some inklings of a rumor. I really don't think this is going to happen, but him and Roman. So that leaves the questions. It's kind of been breaking this week. Is this throwing us off? Or are we going to see The Rock at the Rumble?
I don't see that. I don't think that we see The Rock at the Rumble. I think the earliest that we will see The Rock, if we see him, is at WrestleMania, and I do not think that it will be in a wrestling role. As a matter of fact, once we get through this, I'll tell you my entire idea. I think that Roman and Rock happens at SummerSlam.
Huh. That's interesting.
Ooh, I hope so.
Yeah.
So, Jay, I thought you were going to say some of the rumors that CM Punk would come back to face Austin.
There's that too. I mean, that's out there as well. I mean, let's talk about that real quick. Do you guys think Punk's going to show up? I mean, I honestly, I can't see it. I mean, but good God, what if you get to number 30 and all of a sudden you hear In Living Color come across, that Alamo Dome is gonna fucking explode.
I mean, it would, but I don't think there's any chance at all that he is not still contracted to AEW. I don't think that Tony has even figured out what the hell he's gonna do with him yet. I think Tony's gonna have him sit for the entire time that he's injured, which is like 8-9 months, and then make a decision. So I think there's zero possibility of it happening.
I agree. I think it's all wishful thinking. I don't see Punk showing up in this one, but that's the beautiful thing about the Royal Rumble matchup is you just have no idea what the hell is going to happen. All right. We talked about it in the women's. Who do y'all think is going to be number 1 and number 2? For me, I think it's plain as day. Number 1, Seth Rollins. Number 2, Cody Rhodes.
Yep. Yep. That's exactly what I was going to say.
How about you, B-Roll?
I agree. 1, 2, some way, shape, or form. Those two.
Yeah. Breigh, who do you got 1 and 2?
I'm going to say Cody and Austin Theory.
Oh, that'd be interesting. Nice. I could get behind that. Hambone, who you think is number 1, number 2?
I'm gonna say Seth and Gunther.
Oh,
Especially
I like
after their little
after
face-off
Raw.
on Monday.
I
Yeah,
like
that's a good
it.
point. Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, MJ, who do you got 1 and 2?
I had a similar thought. I was going kind of Seth and Bobby because they were playing that up a little bit. So they would have like a little bit of a matchup and then it would kind of go into everybody else.
Okay, fair enough. All right. How about this? We talked about earlier, most eliminations in the Rumble. I'm going to go with the guy you just mentioned. I'm going with Gunther. I think Gunther will have the most eliminations in this Royal Rumble matchup. What about you, B-Roll? Who do you got having the most eliminations?
Most eliminations? Probably something stupid like Braun Strowman.
Oh, yeah? Well,
Mm,
I hope not.
good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm doing is Braun Strowman.
Okay. Dadhat, who do you think has the most eliminations?
I'm going with you. I'm going Walter. Like it show some dominance again, show prestige to the title. Like you got to make sure if you're a title holder, you're looking strong. Even though he's a heel, you've got to have a strong heel because you've got Austin Theory, who's a champion, who's a chicken shit heel. So you've got both sides in the Rumble, but you're going to need to make one of those look strong, and that's going to be Walter. I
Yeah.
just can't call him Gunther. I just can't. I hate that.
It's okay. I was like that for a long time, but I don't know. There's just something about the name now. It's sticking with me. So, Breigh, who do you think will have the most elimination?
I'm gonna go with between Bobby Lashley and Walter. One of the
Okay.
two's gonna have the most eliminations.
Okay. Yeah, I could. Yeah, Bobby's a good one. What about you, Hambone? Who do you think's got the most eliminations?
Gunter was absolutely my pick for that. I think that's how they're gonna give him his shine in that match is have him have the most eliminations. I'd go so far as to say he maybe even breaks Braun's record.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. That would be badass. I'm all for it, man. Let's do it. MJ, who do you think's got most eliminations?
Yeah, no, I also agree. I think they really are giving him a big push, and I think that's just gonna further kind of give him that push.
There you go. All right. Let's talk about endurance. Who's going the longest in the men's Royal Rumble? I'm going to go with Cody on this one because I think he'll be in the 1 or 2, and I think he's going to be in there till the end. So I'm going to say Cody.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'd have to because I think he's coming in early, and and spoiler alert, he's my pick to win it. So
yeah. Dadhat, what about you?
I'm going Cody. He is not my pick to win it, but he's going to be in there early. He's going to be out of there. I mean, he's going to be there till the end, till almost the end.
Okay. Breigh, who do you got being in there the longest?
Definitely Cody being in there the longest.
Okay. Hambone?
I'm gonna go with a dark horse again. I think people pay attention to all of these things that we're going over, and I think that they're gonna use this to maybe give somebody some shine or a little bit of a push. I'm gonna go with a returning Johnny Gargano.
Ooh.
Oh, I like
it.
I forgot
That's a good
about
one.
Gargano being in it. Ooh, dude, that's awesome.
would be
MJ.
huge.
I'm going Seth. I'm going Seth with this one.
You got it. Fair enough. All right, guys and gals. All right, here it is. Want to know who's your final 4 and who's winning the Royal Rumble? I think I said Cody and Seth would start it. I think they're going to be in there till the end. And I think also going to be with them is Austin Theory. And for my 4th one, I think will be one of the surprises. I think he's going to get a great shine in his introduction into the WWE. I'm going with Nick Aldis in the final 4.
Oh.
But ultimately, I got to go with the story. It's the comeback story. I got to go. Cody's winning the Royal Rumble. That's my pick. How about you, B-Roll?
Yeah, so I will go Cody, Seth, and I'm kind of feeling
Uzi?
I'm feeling Uzi.
Oh.
That the other two are, and I don't know if they do this, but Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Yeah. Or what if they did something like it's Cody and then the Bloodline? Like it's Cody, Sammy, and Jimmy and Jey Uso are the final four. That would be pretty crazy.
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
Come on.
That definitely sets the story. Yeah.
Dadhat, who you got your final four and who's winning it?
Final four: Cody, Sammy, Gunther,
Ooh.
and Jey Uso.
Okay. And who's winning the Rumble?
Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn. Okay. I can dig it. Breigh.
Cody's
got?
just
Oh.
it's too obvious. Like
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like that's my thing. It's like yes, you can, and I've said this in TikToks, you can mirror the story of Triple H when he came back from his first quad injury because he didn't return. He returned in a match at the Rumble, but he came back at MSG and everything into that pop and everything. But like, it's just too obvious. I'm sorry. Like I don't want my wrestling to be obvious. I want it to be. I want to be surprised. I want to be. I want something that comes out of left field. Like
Yeah.
I would love it if somebody like a Nick Aldis came and he won it. Like something like
wow.
that. Like I would love that more than Cody winning it. And I'm a Cody fan. I want Cody to have that moment, but I don't like it, this right now. It's too obvious. I would rather have match 4 of the series with Seth at Mania, or a triple threat for the U.S. title, and the American Nightmare wins the U.S. championship and then moves on to the world title after that.
I agree. I see what you're saying, and yeah, there's a lot of parallels with the Triple H, comeback. But the difference being, I think Cody's never had that world title, and I think everybody is just chomping at the bit to see Cody get his final push, just ascend to finally to the top of the card and be the guy and hold the championship belt. And I honestly think. I don't know if this is going to be the end of Roman's reign, no pun intended, at Mania. But if anybody's going to do it, dethrone him, it's going to be Cody. I think at this point, that's their best option. So.
Can I make a point real quick though?
Yeah.
So with the nature of what we've been picking, at least the majority, look at placement of where Rhea was in the graphic.
I know.
And placement of where Cody was in the graphic.
Well, that's true. I hate the
some...
little things, the little nuances like that, but you're right. It does seem like that's just too fucking obvious on both of those. But you never know. Breigh, who do you got as your final four and who's winning it?
Ooh, I'm going to say final four is Seth, Cody, Walter, and Sami Zayn. I'm going with you, Dadhat. I think Sami Zayn's going to win. I've said it in TikTok like before. I want Sami to dethrone Roman. I'm dead set on that.
Right on. I can dig it. Hambone, who you got final four and your winner?
All right, so I got to give you my whole storyline, right?
Okay.
And Dad, you got to let me know if this is allowed for the predictions or not. So for final four, Cody, Sammy, Matt Cardona, and probably Gunther, I'm going to say, is my final four. Okay. So I think that what's going to happen is the final two are going to end up being Cody and Sammy. And I think they're going to go over the top rope at the same time and hit it at the same time.
I'm okay with that because originally I had said that with Sammy and Jey. If the storyline had still kind of gone the way it had been.
I don't have a problem with predictability in wrestling because I think if it makes sense and if the fans want it, you do it. I'm not a big fan of surprises just for the sake of surprises. I think that can ruin storylines sometimes. So right now, I think you have to go with Cody. The same token, I think that Sami Zayn has gotten himself so over that you also have to go with Sammy. So I think that what happens is they go over the top rope. They both hit. They're both declared the winner. I think at Elimination Chamber, that the Elimination Chamber match will be for the titles. Roman will be in it. I think Sammy will be in it. I think that's where the turn happens with Sammy winning the Rumble, even though I think he helps Roman keep the title. I think with him winning the Rumble, that's when Roman starts to get real paranoid about it. I think he turns on him at Elimination Chamber in Canada to get the biggest reaction. And then at WrestleMania, I think we either get two matches. We get Roman versus Cody for one belt on one night and then versus Sammy at the other. Or I think we get a triple threat match. And there has to be two falls for both titles. I think if you do night one and night two is Roman and Sammy. And to make it believable, The Rock comes back and he helps Sammy win that title somehow.
Wow. I love it, man.
I might have to change my prediction now. I might have to do the two. Yeah.
That is a totally realistic, like a win-win for everybody because Sammy's red hot.
Yep. You got everybody gets what they need. Cody gets that boost that everybody wants him to have, and he gets to be the top guy like he should be. Sammy gets, his reward for this crazy, run that he's on. Roman loses both of the titles, moves on to a big feud with The Rock. We get titles on both shows again. I think that there's just a lot to do with doing both of them now.
I'm gonna have to change mine to that, yes, because that makes you just saying that makes more sense.
Yeah, I kind of feel like changing mine too. That story writes itself. That's
fire me, Papa H.
Yes, chef. Yes. All right, MJ, can you top that? Who's your final four and who's winning it?
That is a tough act to follow. So I was originally going to say, if I could, a final five. I was going to say,
go for it.
Cool. I was going to say Jay would be 5, the 5th eliminated, I should say. I would also think that the final 4 would be Cody, Seth, Sammy, and Theory. So I think that Sammy is going to accidentally get Jay eliminated. So he would have made it to the final 4 if it wasn't for Sammy.
Okay.
And I think Sammy's going to win it.
Wow. There you go. So it's pretty much the consensus. It's either going to be Cody or it's going to be Sammy. Or both. Or both. Which both make sense. But either way, this is going to be an exciting matchup nonetheless. An exciting pay-per-view. Man, I don't know about you all, but I cannot wait for freaking Saturday night. And hey, a big shout out to all of our friends from WrestleTok who's going to be in attendance there. My gosh.
Woo,
hey, did you guys know that Jax is going to Texas?
No.
That is brand new news to me.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I'll be damned. How about that? So,
Lucky him.
Well, hey, real quick, before we get off of here, I want to get a real quick plug of Palooza from you all and tell everybody where they can find you and all that good stuff. Dadhat.
Dadhat Wrestling on pretty much everything. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Of course, Wednesday with Breigh and Selfbet and Jax, the WrestleTok Wolfpack on the Panda Wrestling Company Twitch channel. Saturdays, Jax and Husky and myself for the Wrecking Crew, which this Saturday we'll be doing a watch-along for the Royal Rumble. So if you're not at the Royal Rumble, you want some alternative commentary, you've got our crazy asses, responding and joking and cutting up. So, yeah, join us Saturday.
There you go. Breigh, where can we find you?
You can find me on TikTok and Instagram. Same name. On Wednesdays with Dadhat on the Wolfpack and Fridays with Jaxpo, the Ginger Ninja, and Mike Duplessis doing the SmackDown watch-alongs every Friday.
Sweet.
And
what about that YouTube channel you got going?
Oh, man, I keep forgetting about that. So, yep. You can find me at my new reaction channel over at Angry Metal Girl Reacts. Working on building that up too.
There you go. And hey,
you know what I love about this community that we've formed on WrestleTok? Everybody is so fucking supportive of each other that she forgot her own thing, and you guys were like, no, you got something else. Hold on.
You got one more.
One more.
And hey, also too, if you want to read a good romance novel, you can go over to Amazon and get some of your books that you wrote there too. Just saying.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, Hambone, where can we find you, good sir?
I am most active on TikTok at Hambone, 3 A's, 3 O's. You can find me on Twitter at notorious_bone. I am on Instagram under my shoot name, Thomas.Cummings920. And you can also find me on the Panda Wrestling Company's Twitch on Sundays, 7 to 9, before learning the ropes. Me and Con, and it's Lord Lovelace, aka Nick. We do the Ego Drip podcast. So,
yeah, that's right. It's Sexy Fat Guy Sunday over on the Panda Wrestling Company Twitch channel.
Big meaty men flaunting me.
There you go. MJ,
Sexy
where can we?
Fat Guy Sunday.
Trademark it, brother. We need to start doing promos for it, like on Sexy Fat Guy Sunday on the PWC. Oh, Lord have mercy. MJ, where can we find you?
Yeah, so this Saturday I'm excited. I'm doing a watch along with Dad 316, Kenny, the whole Fine Tuned family will be on TikTok doing that. That should be a blast. Also, Miss Hill Ziegler, where's it at? Right there, somewhere. It's right over here. Miss Hill Ziegler on TikTok, and I just started an Instagram too, so follow me on there too.
There you go. There you have it. Well, folks, if you aren't following these people, you need to do so right now. Well, hey, that's going to wrap it up for our Royal Rumble prediction show. So we hope you have enjoyed watching this. And as always, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Till next time, I'm XLJ, the OG, along with Mr. B-Rope. And we hope you all enjoy the Royal Rumble. Let's go.